Hello everybody. You know, Webster's Dictionary defines the word string as a small cord used to bind, fasten, or tie. Well, fishermen define a small cord as what you put on a fishing reel. What you tie a hook or lure to. It's what holds the bait while you cast, work, and retrieve it back to the rod tip. And finally, it defines it as the only connection between you and the fish. Over the years, the name fishing string became fishing line, the word catgut became monofilament, and the word old braided lines became super lines. Then came another line called fluorocarbon. Well, today, fishermen are realizing that using one line for all applications is a big no-no. Anglers are discovering many applications in which these new lines perform better than monofilament. Now, does this mean monofilament is history? Absolutely not. Never. Monofilament is still one of the most innovative products fishing has ever seen, and it too has many applications. Up under something. I can get him out. I don't know. That light line. He's a good one. Come on out from under that. I don't think I'm gonna get him. Just keeps going. Come on, come on, come on, come on, please, come on. I got him out. Nice one. Easy does it. Barely hooked. Come here, buddy. Woo! That hook just fell out. Pretty fish. I'll tell you what, you know, I learned something a long time ago. When you hang one, if he gets you up under something, if you'll apply the same amount of pressure to him as he applies to you, scuffed it up pretty good. But if you'll apply the same amount of pressure to him as he applies to you, if he pulls down 2 feet, you pull back 2 feet. If he pulls 3, you pull back 3. Don't reel. If you reel, what's going to happen? If you reel, you're gonna winch him up on that cover, and he can't swim. He's got to swim to be able to free him. So if he pulls down, you pull back. If he pulls a foot, you pull back a foot. If he pulls 2 feet, you pull back 2 feet. You don't just keep winching him, because if you winch him up there where he can't swim, what he's going to do, there's so much tension against that line, right against that, he's going to just break off. Okay, it's important to know the differences when choosing lines. You've got to learn the characteristics of each line, whether it's monofilament, braid, or fluorocarbon, and how each can benefit or hinder each technique. Now, as a general rule, monofilament is easy to handle, has good knot strength, and abrasion resistance is absolutely super, making this line a good all-round choice. Fluorocarbon looks a lot like monofilament, but it's a different material and transmits vibrations much better. A lot of fishermen believe fluorocarbon is more sensitive because it has less stretch than mono. That ain't the case. All nylon monofilament contains 18 to 35% stretch, while most fluorocarbon has 28 to 38%. Stretch in braided lines is in the 2 to 7% range. The difference is that nylon has a stretch recovery or rubber band effect. Fluorocarbon may elongate, but differently. Actually, the density of the line is what makes it more sensitive. That's a better one. Yep. Wow! Did you see that buster come up? You're probably asking yourself, is stretch good or bad? Well, it's good, especially for fast-moving treble hook baits. Normally on lures of this type, With a moderate to fast presentation, the fish usually hooks itself, and the stretch provides a shock absorber effect that keeps a large fish hooked up so much better. Say bye-bye. Whoa! Let's spend a minute and talk about braid. You know, when braid was first introduced, I absolutely hated it. Even while testing it way back yonder, it gave me a fit. But today, these super lines have definitely got a place in fishing. A line that offers many advantages, and one would be strength to diameter ratio. 30-pound braid has about an 8-pound mono diameter. 50-pound braid has a 12-pound mono diameter. It's much easier to control in cold water on either spinning or casting. It has less than 7% stretch, creating incredible sensitivity and much better hookups. Higher knot strength, excellent in deep water and moving water, especially for better feel, softer biters, and better hookups. Great resistance to abrasion, tremendous durability for extended use, less need to retie or respool as often. Ideal for flipping and pitching in heavy cover areas. Braid is rounder and thinner, and it packs more uniformly on spinning, bait casting, and conventional reels. And it won't bury up in the reel, and the knots are stronger and they don't slip. And these are some of the features I really like. Yep, before you ask, there are disadvantages to braid. You can cause the hooks to tear out from the fish's mouth if you apply too much pressure during the fight or on the hook set. And, yep, you can eliminate this by softening the action of your rod. Example, if you're using a heavy action, switch to a medium heavy. If you're using a medium heavy, switch to a medium action. By softening the action, you'll definitely improve your strike catch ratio. You gonna make me come all the way back here, are you? There we go. Marvelous. Look at the old black blotch on him. It doesn't hurt him at all, it's just part of the pigmentation in it. That one too. Toodaloo. Okay, here's a tip about what type knot is best for tying lures and hooks with braid or fluorocarbon. Both of these materials can be slippery, and a properly tied Palomar will hold much better. And since braided lines are generally opaque in the water and thus visible to the fish, it's smart to attach a fluorocarbon leader at the end of the braid to serve as a leader. Okay, now let's discuss the advantages of fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is much less visible than monofilament underwater. It sinks faster than mono or braid, which is a major plus in some applications. And it's more durable than mono, which allows you to fish lighter weight line tests around heavy cover. Like most things, nothing is 100% perfect. Okay, let me share with you some of the negatives about fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is a little stiffer than mono, especially in heavier line sizes, making castability a little bit more difficult. It is a bad choice for fishing topwater lures because it will sink, causing line drag below the surface, affecting the action of the bait. Oh yeah, right here, look. Whoa! He grabbed it right. Whoa! Boy, got me out of breath. Whoa! He's just waddling right on down through there. Woo! A nice one. Boo-boo. Well, as you've heard, fishing lines today have some great features for certain applications. Learn to use them for specific techniques, and remember, one line for all conditions is a thing of the past. Until next time, catch one for me.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.